Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NASCAR Cup Series. Go bowling at the Glen this Sunday at Watkins Glen, New York. Whew, what a season it has been. 2-week break was weird. I don't remember doing that. I mean, obviously COVID time, but other than that, it's kind of different. I kind of like it, though. I'm working on a topic video, kind of where the schedule should go, different ideas about playoffs and whatnot. And that's one of the ideas that actually we want to go with was having this 2-week break. Because as you can see on social media, a lot of the drivers took advantage and went on family vacations and got a chance to kind of reconnect with their kids. It's kind of cool. So hopefully they continue that. I know there's talks of doing it next year. I know part of the schedule has already appeared next year. Daytona and then the season finale at Phoenix. I think there was another race that's been announced as well. But Watkins Glen, we all know what kind of racing we can have there. Unfortunately, we did lose. J.D. McDuffie was at 90-something there. Fast, what was it, 11 turns? Fast, more drives like a short track than it does a road course. We get 220.86 miles, 90 laps, 3 stages, 20, 20, and 50. There is 4 races left in the playoffs of 2021. We have 13 different winners already. So if we can get 4 different winners the rest of the way, we will have 17 winners on the season. Now, if Denny Hamlin wins the regular season title, he's guaranteed the playoff spot. That means there's going to be 2 race winners that don't make the playoffs. I know we put so much emphasis on winning races that when you have a scenario like this, I mean, chances are it's not going to happen, but still we have that chance. There's things I think they can do. One thing we had, Eric Almirola, 23rd in points. He won a race. I think he was 25th before he won the race. Like last year, Cole Custer, was it last year Kentucky Cole won? Yeah, it was last year. Cole Custer won. He was 20-something in points. So it's like mid-20s. It's like, I know the rule is top 30 points with a win. I think they need to change it to top 20 points. And that way you don't have these guys making the playoffs and somebody that's ran well all season that have a problem pointing their way in. We're going to take a look at the points right now. So right now, Denny Hamlin is leading the points. No wins. He is plus 278 to the good. But he also has a 13-point lead over Kyle Larson for the regular season championship. Unless he can win one of these 4 races, his best bet to make the playoffs is to win the regular season. Second in points is Kyle Larson with 4 wins, William Byron 1 win, followed by Kyle Busch 2 wins, Joe Logano, Chase Elliott with 2 wins, probably 3 after this week, Martin Truex Jr. with 3 wins, Ryan Blaney 1 win, Brad Keselowski 1 win. During our little break here, we found out for sure that Brad Keselowski is going to be a minority owner in Roush Fenway Racing and driving the number 6 car in 2022. I thought it was a pretty exciting news. I know we've kind of heard about it already, but the fact that Brad's taken that step to, when my racing career is done, this is what I want. So I like it. I think once Jack does finally retire, I think we'll see Keselowski Fenway Racing. Maybe Fenway, Keselowski, Roush Fenway, whatever they're going to name it. I know right now there's no name change. He's a minority owner. Jack was 50. Roush Fenway is 50. My guess is he's bought into the Roush side of it. So when Jack does eventually hang it up, that he'll have the option by the other half of the other part of that. So we'll see where that ends up at. But he's going to be in the playoffs in 2021. He's going to turn that organization around. I think he's going to win a race next year. He will make the playoffs next year. So one of my goals for 2022, when I do a preview of it, is I think Brad Keselowski and that 6 team will be in victory lane and in the playoffs. Currently number 10th in points, we have Kevin Harvick, who's plus 77 to the good. No wins this year, which is unlike Kevin Harvick. We have Alex Bowman with 3 wins, and then 12th in points, Tyler Reddick. He is on the cut line. 13th in points is Kurt Busch with 1 win, Christopher Bell with 1 win, 14th, Michael McDowell, and Eric Almirola round out the 16 current playoff drivers. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, and Tyler Reddick are the 3 in on points. On the outside looking in, we have Austin Dillon -5. So we have Richard Childress Racing split 5 points, 1 in, 1 out. Now, if somebody can pop up and get a win like a Ross Chastain or Matty D or Bubba Wallace or Daniel Suarez, that just blows that all up. Right now, behind Austin Dillon and 18th in points, we have Chris Buescher -121, 19th Matt DiBenedetto -143, 20th Ross Chastain -144. We also found out Ross Chastain will be driving the second car for Trackhouse Racing in 2022 in the number 1. I kind of like that dynamic, the 1 and the 99. And then we have Bubba Wallace, which they've talked about adding a second car at 2311 with Kurt Busch. I know that's been just rumored. I actually do like that because that's going to show Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan where their team is. Now, there's a lot of haters out there for Bubba Wallace. I'm not one of them. But it also see where Bubba Wallace is. You put a Kurt Busch in that car, and that car is running 5th. Bubba's running 15th. Okay, there's a disconnect. You put Kurt Busch in that car, and Kurt and Bubba are both running 14th, 15th. You know this is where your team is. So, no, I like the fact that they're talking about doing that. I want to see it help improve Bubba Wallace. I think he's a great driver. I think he can win races in the cup level. And I think having a teammate like a Kurt Busch, if they do pull the trigger on that, would be great for him. Followed by Ricky Stenhouse, and then Daniel Suarez, 23rd in points, Chase Briscoe, 24th, Eric Jones, and Ryan Preece. Anybody beyond Dillon has to race their way in. The only person that could possibly point their way in, 5 points, Austin Dillon, 121, Chris Buescher in 4 races. I don't see that happening myself. It's going to take a win to get somebody in. Now, let's look at Watkins Glen. We got the Indy Road Course for the first time ever next week. We have Michigan, which is a crapshoot in itself, and then Daytona. How many Daytona summer races have we had a first-time winner? Have we had an only-time winner? Quite a number, actually. So that'll be fun when we get there to see who's trying to race their way in. Is it an Austin Dillon? Is it a Matt DiBenedetto? Is it a Ross Chastain? Suarez? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has won multiple races at super speedways. Could he win his way into the playoffs? But we're talking about Watkins Glen this week. The last 3 races, the last 3 years of Watkins Glen. Now, in 2020, there was no race because of COVID. That race was, I think, Daytona Road Course replaced or something. So 2017, 18, and 19, well, we all know 18 and 19 was won by Chase Elliott. The one before that was won by Martin Truex Jr. Now, Martin Truex Jr. in the last 3 races at Watkins Glen, a first, second, and the second, an average of 1.67. Chase Elliott, back-to-back wins. He's averaged a 5th place, but he had a 13th before that, his first race there. Eric Jones averaged a 6.3, 10th, a 5th, and a 4th. Good for him. I can see him do well. Denny Hamlin averaged 6.6, a 4th, a 13th, and a 3rd. Kyle Busch, 7.0, a 7th, a 3rd, and an 11th. And then Daniel Suarez, 8.0, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 17th. I know. Everyone's going to say, well, the 3rd and the 4th was in Joe Gibbs' car. The 17th was in Gaunt, number 96. He's in a different team this year. Right, but they've gained each week. They're running better and better each week. They've had some really good top 10 runs. Now, again, strategy plays a factor in a road course. You run the race strategy-wise backwards. If you catch the caution at the right time, you're in that pit before that caution. For the official, it's a caution. If you're coming down and you know there's something going on and you dive into the pit, caution comes out. You're golden. That's what you want in the road course. Now, the last 14 road courses on the season, as we know on the NASCAR schedule, as we know, this year there's 6 or 7, something like that. But if we look at the last 14, well, obviously Chase Elliott's won 7 of the 11 he's been in. 7 wins and 11 starts, average of 7.0. Denny Hamlin's average is 8.3. Kurt Busch, 9.2. Martin Truex, 9.5 with 3 wins. Alex Bowman, 10.5. Kevin Harvick, 12.5 with a win. Ryan Blaney, 12.7 with a win. Kyle Larson, who won this year, of course, 14.5 with a win. Christopher Bell, 18.3 with a win. This week, I'm doing my 3 picks that I always do. I'm doing Chase Elliott with Kyle Larson and Martin Truex Jr. I'm doing a 4th pick. My 4th pick is going to be of the drivers who need to win to be in the playoffs. So, of Buescher, DiBenedetto, Chastain, Wallace, Stenhouse Jr., Suarez, Briscoe, Jones, and Priest. Of those drivers, who do I think has the best shot, has been running well enough that could sneak a win in? I'm going with Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain this year, he's had some bad luck early in the season. He started to turn that around, and he's had some good runs here recently. He just got that new deal for next year, driving the #1 car for Trackhouse. So he knows where he's going to be. He's not racing for a ride or anything. Obviously, sponsorship's a big deal. But if you look at Ross Chastain this year, he just came off an 8th place in New Hampshire. He had a 7th at Road America. He had a 4th at Coda. 2nd at Nashville. So yeah, he's 7th at Sonoma. So he's had some really good runs this year in that 42 car. And we know that 42 car can win races. And we know Chip Ganassi has already won a race in the 1 car this year. So he's going to be my kind of the pick to come out of the group there. And maybe somebody else. We'll see. If you look at Road America, we had 5th for Denny Hamlin, 3rd for Kyle Busch, Chase won. Christopher Bell was 2nd. He won Daytona Road Course. Ross Chastain 7th. Chase Briscoe was 6th. If you look back at Sonoma, the usual suspects, we had Kurt Busch at 6th, Chastain at 7th. Coda, 4th for Ross Chastain, 6th for Chase Briscoe. So Chase got back-to-back road course 6th place. So Chase Briscoe maybe jump up there. Michael McDowell had a 7th at Coda. He had a 8th at the road course in Daytona earlier. I mean, he may be able to pop in and get a 2nd career win. Would that be kind of something? That would make damn sure he was in the playoffs this year, because right now he's sitting overall 19th in points. And so it's like there is a chance. And I mean, the lowest 2 in points right now is Michael McDowell and Eric Almirola. So if there is, again, 17 winners, and Denny Hamlin goes winless and wins the regular season, that leaves two winners out. Right now, they've been McDowell and Almirola. So we'll see what happens. But that is the Go Bowling at the Glen preview for the NASCAR Cup Series. Again, my picks are Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., along with my wild card of Ross Chastain. Make sure you check out on Robert Sports Show the Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey 200 at the Glen for the Xfinity Series. And then on the Truck Series side, United Reynolds 176 at the Glen, all right here on Robert Sports Show. If you're a football fan, check out the CFL Week 1 preview. If you are a pro wrestling fan, we have Game Changer Wrestling. We have WWE, obviously. We have Impact Wrestling on the channel. Check everything out. You can follow me on Twitter at Rob Sports Show. You can obviously right here on YouTube at Robert Sports Show. Please subscribe. Overall this year in my picks, I'm 2-0 in the ARCA Series, 5-9 in the Truck Series, 9-10 in the Xfinity Series, and 6-16 in the Cup Series. Struggled a little bit there, but you know what? When you're picking 3 and there's 43, 30, 36, 38, 40 starters, when the season we had, you never know. Maybe next time I'll just get a Snickers and that'll do it. You know, in the Truck Series, I've been drinking Rowdy Energy. Maybe I need a Snickers in the Cup Series to make that happen. Or some peanut M&M's, one of the two. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.